This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. Now, going from a wave of chills to an increase in body temperature generally points towards an onset of a possible fever. But what causes a fever and how can we treat it? Well, this morning we're chatting to Dr Fezile Mkhize about the causes of a fever in adults and children, and then, of course, how we should treat it. Dr Fez, good to see you, man. How are you?
Hey guys, I am doing incredible today. It's been a bit of gloomy weather of late, but I'm still very chipper. I hope you guys are too.
We're good. I think let's start with a common question about this. What exactly is fever, and what are the signs and symptoms of a fever?
So I think the first thing we need to remember, because fever has been going around quite a lot, especially with the pandemic and the season that we're in, is that a fever is a symptom. And just by definition, it's an increase in what your normal body temperature would be. So it's always good to kind of remember roughly what the normal ranges are there, but it's essentially just that. Your body's temperature has increased because when the temperature increases in the body, it also starts to mobilize the immune system. And there's a thermostat that we all have right here in the brain at the hypothalamus, and that's actually what tells the body to now generally just increase its threshold for what the temperature should be, and that's kind of one of the first things your body does to fight against an infection.
All right, so talk to me about the average body temperature. What should it be? And if we are above this temperature, does that immediately then mean that you have a fever?
So generally, and from person to person, this ranges, but we use kind of an international standard of about 36.1, some literature would say 36.5 to about 37.5, and that's degrees Celsius as just an average human's temperature, and that means you're well within the normal ranges. When you start kind of going a bit higher than that, then you start going into fever territory. We say anything above 38 degrees is what we call a fever. Short definition, if you're about 37.8, you have a fever just because of the fact that we've defined that by the literature, but we'll call it a low-grade fever. So it's quite low. Generally, it could be anything from maybe we're taking your temperature after you've eaten, after you've worked out, because all of those could also be physiological things that will increase your body temperature purely because your body's working a lot more.
Now, take us through what are the common causes of a fever, and is this the same for adults and children?
Generally, we are hammering this home, infection. And in the time that we're living in, the fever, as I say, one of the earliest symptoms that you get, and it's one of the things that tell you, okay, maybe I'm feeling like I'm quite hot, maybe I'm shivering, and I'm thinking maybe this might be a fever. I might have a thermometer at home. Ideally, you'd have an oral one. If you really want to get that A+, you'll get a rectal thermometer. I don't know a lot of people who are brave enough to have that one at home, unless they have kids and they do that to them. But once you start seeing that your temperature might be a bit elevated, it tells you maybe let me stay at home, give it a day or two, see if it climbs up. If it's above that 38 and it's consistently above that 38, then I might then have a fever and I might need to stay at home because of that big infection that we're all trying to fight, COVID. But there's a number of things that can actually cause your temperature to increase. Infections being the big one, pretty much takes up most of that spreadsheet. And then you can go into things like potentially cancer. You could have thyroid illnesses that could give you that. There's a whole host of what we call autoimmune diseases, so diseases of the immune system that can give you an elevated temperature. But generally, we talk infections because those are the ones we try to fight, and we also try to get a handle on them. And the biggest one that we're kind of fighting now, COVID, but of course, your flus and your common colds.
All right. So if you do have that fever, Dr. Fez, how long can you expect it to last?
So generally, with most people, they last less than 7 days. It's the first 3 days of kind of that period of infection that you'll have it being quite high, and you monitor and see if it comes down quite nicely. With some people, would call a subacute or fever would be anything up to even 14 days. And we talk about higher ranges. So if you're sitting at about the 38, 38.5, you are still okay. The fever isn't probably going to affect you too much. You can take some medication to maybe drop it a bit, just because it is an uncomfortable feeling. But once you start hitting the very, very high hyperacid, so above your 39s, moving up closer to your 40 degrees, then you really do need to actually go in and see somebody so we can give you far more potent medication than one you get over the counter to try to bring that down, because that can actually cause your body to not function correctly. Yeah. But generally, less than 7 days isn't actually that abnormal.
Talking about that treatment, how can we manage and treat a fever for adults and kids?
One of the biggest pharmacological ways of treating it, and we are talking kids here, we tend to give paracetamol. It's quite a good antipyretic, so it drops down the temperature within the fever, and it also helps with any of the pains and niggles that also are associated with infections, if that is the cause. So kids generally start to feel a bit better, a little less irritable. With adults, you can try that as well, but you can also use your non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, so your NSAIDs, your BRUFENs, make sure that you eat beforehand, but they also kind of try bring down that temperature through that anti-inflammatory action. And generally, those are the ones that we play around with in terms of dosages. We get to the more fancy things if we find that your temperature is really skyrocketing and you really are being affected by it, and it's hitting those, as I said, 39 degrees Celsius.
As always, Dr. Fez, we appreciate your time and expertise. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Very, very good to see your beautiful faces. And yeah, I'm always happy to share my knowledge.
Well, if you have been experiencing any of the symptoms described by Dr. Mkhize, then try BRUFEN, which can assist with a range of pain symptoms and help to reduce fever and treat inflammation. Experiencing pain? BRUFEN works where it hurts. BRUFEN 200 and 400 milligram is not suitable for children under the age of 12 years.